What do we got today? We got Sean Strickland saying the craziest thing I've ever seen. We got Volkanovski and Sean Strickland being on Triple C's hit list because he lit these guys up for crying too much. In actually a pretty funny post. Actually, it's a video. And then we're going to talk about more about Epstein because the Tyron Woodley, Israel Adesanya, the next chapter of that saga about whether or not they were on the list. They obviously weren't, you crybabies. But then me making fun of them and then people's reactions. And then someone also said that Ali Abdelaziz is on the list and he definitely wasn't. Ali will kill you, dude. Okay. Tyron Izzy, they might get butthurt. They're not going to kill you. Ali might kill you for that. So, also DC completely lights Tyron Woodley up in a hilarious clip where he's teasing Ben Askren about his boy getting down like a clown. And unfortunately, I have to update this video because what Sean said was about school shooters. And as I was about to post this video, there was a school shooting today where a bunch of kids got killed and the school shooter put themselves down. So I want you to keep that in mind when you hear what Sean Strickland said, because damn, I'm just saying. But anyway, so we're going to talk about those stories, and I've got a pretty funny video for you guys here. Entertaining, informative, and funny. Now, since we're on the topic of people not taking jokes well, we're going to talk about what Triple C had to say about Sean Strickland and Volkanovski in this recent clip where he talked about, dude, you can't get emotional like this, because here it is, like, his take is good on one of them and kind of like on the ropes on the other one. But nonetheless, I want to show you guys what he said. And then I'm going to show you something that Sean Strickland said that is so insane. Like the next clip after this is going to be Sean Strickland saying something so bananas that I have to say something about it. I have to. Now, I also have to say this. If you have not subscribed to my channel, that's not cool, man. All I ask if you're going to watch my content is that you subscribe. It's free. It literally costs you nothing. I sit here and I grind, and then all I ask is that you subscribe to the channel if you want to watch my content. That's it. It's a deal. We're going to handshake it. So either subscribe or click off the video. I'm just kidding. But seriously, subscribe. So let's watch this one first, and then we will discuss. Here we go. Here is Triple C on both Strickland and Volkanovski.
You see what I'm saying, Sean? I hope you can come to the consensus to be able to accept the fact that you're in this game, bro. Like, learn how to play. Don't be that. You can't, man. You can't. It's the same thing with Volkanovski. Volkanovski's showing his cards that he goes through anxiety if he doesn't fight. Like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, keep some of that shit to yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? The world doesn't need to know. You see what I'm saying, Sean?
Okay. So, on that clip, I totally agree with the first half, and then I don't necessarily agree with the second half. It's like, because, okay, first of all, let me actually talk about Volkanovski first, because when Alexander Volkanovski told his story about, you know, he's getting anxiety, he's feeling depressed, like when he doesn't have a fight to go to, like, it didn't seem like that wasn't like a planned thing. That wasn't something that he wrote in a Twitter post. That just kind of happened. When they were asking him, why did you take this fight? He started talking about it and he like broke down. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to explain it and then he just kind of broke down. All he was saying was like, you know, I took the fight, like I need a fight. And then it just like got up to his throat and he kind of choked on it and talked about it. So I think as far as Volkanovski's concerned, it wasn't like that was like some super well thought out, you know, thing that he did. And nonetheless, I don't know, Volkanovski doesn't talk a bunch of trash to other people. Like people going after Volkanovski, that'd be weird because to the point that Cejudo made, he's not in the game really. Like that's not how he plays this game. He's not in the game. He doesn't do it, right? Like that's not what he does. Now Strickland, this is a very different conversation. And I really like watching Strickland play the card of you don't talk about people's wives and you don't talk about people's kids and it's just stuff that you don't do. I had to be honest with myself, and it's like, okay, so are you a big fan of Strickland? I'm like, yes, I am. I am a really big fan of Strickland. I love the fact that he just says whatever. It's like, all right, so hypothetically, if Strickland was any other person on the face of the earth, and he had behaved the way that he had behaved, and then he said a thing like that when someone teased him about what they teased him for, what would you say about that? And I would just think, I'm like, I would fucking light them up for that. Like, that's just the honest truth. Is I would just fucking, and not like mean, but I would just be like, bro, if you were going to ask 100% of people who are in the MMA community, who is the person who is most likely to tease or attack someone's wife if they hear a bad rumor about them, who has no mercy when it comes to anything, if they're going to go after someone, who would it have been? Everyone would have been like Sean Strickland. Everyone. There would have been not one holdout. If it would, it would have been like maybe Colby Covington, but let's be honest, it's probably Strickland, dude. He says whatever. Like, and specifically about wives. And as an example, okay, look at this thing. Look at this thing that he said, dude. Like, I was looking, I'm like, all right, like, well, so is there anywhere where he went over the line? And I thought, oh God, I forgot to pull it up. But there's this story about when this MMA fighter died, this female MMA fighter died, and they were doing these tributes. And Strickland's like, yeah, all right. He had this quote that was so crazy. It was like, okay, yeah, like it's tragic, whatever. But the only reason anyone knows her name is because she died. Like everyone dies. And I just looked her up, dude. She was like 2-3 in her last 5 and 1-1 in her last 2. She wasn't even good. I was like, wait a minute. So we're putting guidelines on what people should and shouldn't say and railing on a dead girl that all of these people were like friends, or like she's like someone's like fiance or something. Like we're talking shit about her when she's dead and everyone else is doing like a memorial service for her. That's not outside the lines. Like, come on, dude. Come on. I'm smiling while I'm saying this because this is ridiculous. Like, it is a ridiculous thing for Strickland to try to be like, we don't talk, like maybe the child abuse thing, maybe, right? But like, you don't talk about wives. You don't talk about, it's like, dude, come on. There's no fighter I could find more footage of them talking shit about someone's wife than Strickland. Like, it's absurd. It is fucking absurd. I don't have another word for it. It's fucking absurd, dude. It's hilarious and it's great fight promotion. But if he's serious, it's like, okay, that does not make any sense whatsoever. Okay, which brings us to this thing that I alluded to. This is an insane quote, all right? Like, I don't know how else to characterize this. I'm very excited to discuss it, but I'm going to let you guys hear it first, and then we'll discuss. Ready? Here we go.
I think it's a little bit
say
weird.
one thing about women, dude, and this is something that needs to be said.
Oh, yeah.
This needs to be said. Just keep it. This needs to be said, guys. So listen here. This needed to be said.
No.
No, I'm curious as to what it is.
Think about like every mass shooting that ever happened.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Like every mass shooting ever happened, at one point, that man went to go get some pussy.
Yeah.
He went to go get some pussy. And he had some woman say like, nah, fuck, I ain't gonna suck your dick.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna suck your dick. And what I'm saying to you is women need to put out more. Because no man has ever walked into a mall or a school and say, no, I got so much fucking pussy. I got so much fucking pussy, guys. I just couldn't fucking take it. I couldn't fucking take it. So.
Okay. So. Wait, I'm sorry. Let him finish his thought.
I think it's a little bit.
Sorry. I think I stopped it. He said girls need to put out more was the take there. So, as most things the guy says, he's not wrong. Like, he's not wrong. But I guess there's probably a little bit more to contend with than putting all the mass shootings on the girls that weren't down to bang the trenchcoat mafia dudes that shot up the school. I mean, I'm just saying that seems like maybe the most ludicrous take ever. Again, he's not wrong. Like, he's not wrong. If there were girls lining up and they were like, hey, you want to pull out your little pee-pee? You want to pull out your little trench coat pee-pee? And then they're like, oh my God, dude, the girl like totally did my doobie-doo. It's like, okay, sure. But which girl? Specifically, which girl has that job? You know? So like, I'm just saying like these weirdo little like, Lucifer's the best. Like those psychos. Who specifically are you saying has to let them, smash? Because, like girls need to whatever. Okay, it's a nice catch-all. Who? Just point them out. It's like, no, any girl that they try to hook up with should have to hook up with them. It's like, gosh, I'm excited for when you have a daughter, dude, because rest assured, absolutely 150,000%, if there has ever been a certainty beyond this, I don't know what it is, that dude is going to have daughters. Bet your life on that, because that's what happens, okay? It's what happens. I went through life like, ooh, look at that girl's legs. Ooh, look at that girl's ass. Blah, la, 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 la. Ooh, sexy, 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 sexy. Oh, aren't you friends with her? Yeah, I'm friends with her, but like, I'm kind of trying to bang, you know? And then it's like, oh, here, Jesse, you have kids now. Daughter, 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 daughter. I could have 100 kids, they'd all be daughters. That's what happens. So Strickland just doomed himself to all daughters right there. Just, anyway. Ludicrous. That is a ludicrous take, man. Ludicrous. And that is the kind of thing that if it was not Sean Strickland, he would get nuked for. Okay, and I'm not talking about by the community. I'm talking about by like mainstream. This is actually a really important point that I want to discuss when it comes to Strickland and the mainstream media. Okay, so all of this stuff is a game. Just like Cejudo said, he said, you need to recognize you're in the game here. And you can't play the game that way. You can't be like, oh, boo-hoo, me, blah, 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 blah. And I agree with him on that in Strickland's case, because Strickland is dick deep in the game. You can't go that hard and then complain about anyone talking about you in any way. In my opinion, I'm sorry. I love Strickland. I will root for him in every fight, but you can't do that, dude. You are fucking balls deep in the game, dude. You cannot complain about Drickus saying he's going to beat the shit out of you like your dad did. You cannot do that and act like he did something super fucked up. Give me a break, okay? That said, okay, so criticism on that aside, what Sean has done so well is he has established that he gives no quarter to people who are hammering him about the things that he says, okay? Why is that important? Simple, okay? We just lived through a very long period of, oh my God, I said this and boom, Twitter canceled me. And then they are losing sponsorships. They're losing this, they're losing that, they're losing this, they're losing that. And the people who were most victimized by this are people who gave an inch to those people where they would go and apologize. You never apologize. You never apologize. The second you apologize, they're going to eat you alive. And Strickland not only didn't apologize, he went so hard for so long that they all realize this dude's not playing this game. It is pointless for us to attack him. It makes no, why would we attack him? It doesn't matter. Like he's not going to give in. Everyone is just going to go, yeah, of course he said that. It's Sean Strickland. So he went so hard in the paint that he nullified anything that anyone would throw at him. Because let's say hypothetically that, I don't know, pick a person that you think the mainstream media might go hard on. Let's say Conor McGregor said that, right? And just Conor, because he's such a big star. If Conor McGregor said the reason that all of the mass shootings happened in America is because not enough girls were fucking the dudes that had the guns, I don't think that would go over very well. Or let's say, I mean, how do you think that would go if, I don't know, the former president said that? They would rip his head off. Now, he also kind of falls into the same category as Sean, as just like he's a mud monster, doesn't care. But there are not many people who are going to get away with that particular comment right there. That the reason why, just because it's like, if you say, think about all the disgruntled kids, like all the disgruntled kids that are super mad at the world and they're really struggling through life. And man, it would be so much better for them if just more girls were down to put out. If more of them had a girlfriend, if you just put it like that, if all of them were just given a girlfriend and then they had sex all the time and so the kids were like happy and satisfied, like I don't think there would be so much anger in the world. Fine. But you talked about mass shootings specifically. That's very different than the way that I just built that out. You know, all these mass shootings, it's like, whoa, 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 dude. Wherever you're going with this, be careful. Oh, okay, I'll be Sean Strickland careful. So what I meant was all these mass shootings never would have happened if girls would have been down to bang and these guys weren't getting rejected. And so if you really go ipso facto, all of these dead kids that got killed by these kids, it's the problem or fault of the girls who said no when they were trying to smash. What, dude? I feel like that might be a little bit of a stretch. All right, so let's get into this DC and Ben Askren story because DC and Ben Askren discussed the Tyron Woodley situation. This is hilarious because Tyron is obviously really good friends with Ben Askren, and so DC puts it on him a little bit, and I found this utterly hilarious, and it also gives me the opportunity to talk about this topic again because I have more to say about it after the reaction that I got to the video that I did last night, which I released this morning, so we'll talk about that, but let's watch it first.
You might be dirty than Tyron Woodley right now because, I mean, that's...
Stop. You stop. You stop right now.
Man,
we've all been in that position at some point in our life.
I mean, Ben.
Don't come on here denying, Daniel.
Ben, come on, man. Why they had to do your boy like that? That's how y'all get down in Missouri? I mean, publicly, look at this guy. Finally, I got something that could make him uncomfortable. He's never.
I was texting with Tyron. It sucks for him that it got released, but you know we all do some stuff. I'm sure you've been down there before, Daniel. It happens.
Not like Tyron.
You are lying, Daniel.
Not like T Wood. He's the king. Hey, Ben, listen. All right, let's get back on track.
Not like T Wood. He's the king. Dude, that is so funny, man. Like, that is so funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so let me talk about that just for a second because I think that clip couldn't better, like, define my channel if you tried. It's like that. That's my channel, okay? Do you think that Daniel Cormier is like, I want to rip Tyron Woodley apart for this? Or you feel like he's jabbing at his boy. He's like, ooh, man, damn, that's dirty, son. That is dirty. That is literally the tone that I tease everyone in. If people get butthurt, then you wouldn't be in my crew anyway. DC would, because DC would make fun of me in the exact same situation, and I would make fun of DC in the exact same situation. So I say this with the utmost seriousness that if you were a person who clicked on the video that I put out this morning that was titled Tyron Woodley and Israel Adesanya on the Epstein client list, and you were like, this was clickbait, man. These guys weren't on the Epstein client list. Dude, are you serious? Did you seriously think there was a chance that Tyron Woodley was on the Epstein client list? Or did you think Jesse's probably teasing him because he had that gross tape come out the day before the Epstein client list came out? So it's like a natural, if I want to talk about the Epstein client list, I want to talk about that story. I go, ooh, now we know where Tyron Woodley was on, now we know where that tape came from. It's a joke. Israel Adesanya, ooh, now we knew why he let the dogs out. If you know who let the dogs out, Izzy did because he was getting blackmailed over the dogs. Like, are you serious? Come on, dude. So if you were a person who gave that a thumbs down and then commented, this title is clickbait, it's not even true, you're a nerd, dude. Okay? You're a nerd. There's no cool people on the face of the earth that would have commented that on a video like that. I'm teasing people. Oh man, but Josh Fabia, it was so mean what you did to him. Shut up. Just shut up, you crybabies. I can't take it. The channel is not for crybabies. It's for people who think it's funny to tease a guy who had a tape come out of him macking down on an enormous girl's box the day before the Epstein client list came out. And now, since we're on the Tyron Woodley story and the thing that I did, the Epstein thing, I do want to close this out talking about Epstein a little bit since I didn't get to make that video public. What's funny is when I put that out yesterday, I had not seen the Epstein client list yet. It was like, it was coming out. It was not out yet. And so subsequent to me recording the video, the list actually came out and we saw that Bill Clinton, you guys may remember him, former president. He was hung on the wall at Epstein's house in a dress. He was on the list, and he was on the list 50 times. 50 times. 50. 5-0. And this all came from the Dufresne lawsuit, and she was very clear in the documents that, what's the right way to say it? Billy was partaking in the ladies. Shocker. Wait. He was partaking in the worst deviancy that was a part of this story. oh my God, who would have ever guessed that? You're all, well, it seems like a lot of people didn't ever really hear the Monica Lewinsky story. It seems like a lot of people are a little bit too young to have known the Lewinsky story. Like, because I'm talking, I'll give you guys an example. I watch my favorite creator, favorite documentarian is Mouthy Buddha. He's gone from this platform. He's moved over to this thing called Dauntless Dialogue. And he did a documentary about all of this. And he actually cited the picture of Clinton in the blue dress that was on Epstein's wall. And he was like, and this dress, it very closely resembles a dress that Hillary wore to this event, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, whoa. This is one of the best research guys in the world. That's why I like his docs. How on earth could you not know what that dress is? The blue dress is not anything related to Hillary. The blue dress is Monica Lewinsky's dress because she kept that dress after Bill pulled his out of her mouth and then went Yahtzee on her dress. And so she kept it. So it had a big, nice presidential goose stain on it. Okay? That's how they caught him. That's how they knew that he was lying. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. As passionately and intensely as I could say it, I did not do it. And it's like, well, this dress says different. He's like, depends on how you define relations. It's like, all right. So in that story, he took a cigar out of a cigar box and he, right? And then took it out and then went like this, smoked it, and then went, tastes good. That happened. Okay. So just to reiterate, took a cigar out of a box, took it out. Tastes good. Now that is some sleazy presidential shish kebab right there with an intern. I mean, listen, dude, if you're going to be the president of the United States, and you're going to, get down with an intern, I mean, that's a pretty cool story, I guess. I've never been one for putting inanimate objects in the lady parts of my sexual partners, but I can respect it, I guess, But when you hear a story like that, and then you hear that he flew on the jet 50 times, and that there is an island of no consequences with lots of young little ladies, if you needed to see that the list came out in order to know for sure that the cigar guy got down with the kids, you have no common sense. Of course he's on there. Of course he did all of those things. Of course he's on video. And of course the dress is representative of, I got him by the balls. And if I ever get arrested, he might have me killed. Now, one last thing on Epstein that I'm going to show you right here. Okay. So I made a joke, as you guys may remember, about Tyron Woodley being on the list. So this guy, Hokage MMA, made this joke. He said that Ali Abdelaziz is on the Epstein list. That's ballsy, dude, because Ali is definitely not on the Epstein list, and Ali will kill you, papi. He's not Tyron Woodley. Ali will kill you, papi. He will kill you, papi. So you better hope that your real name is not associated with that Twitter account, because he will send people to your house. I'm not scared of Tyron. I mean, I'm sure that he doesn't really take a joke very well. Like he would just be all, hey, that wasn't cool what you said about Epstein. I'd be all, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm a huge fan. Jeez. And Izzy obviously would laugh. Yo, man, that was pretty funny what you did, but I didn't like that Epstein stuff. I was just kidding, Izzy. I'm a huge fan of yours. Are you kidding? Ali will kill you, dude.